it's Ali. Today I want to talk about Casey Neistat quitting vlogging. So this happened about a week ago, maybe 2 weeks ago, and I remember at the time it was a big shock because Casey Neistat had been vlogging for a long time. Years. He's probably one of the longest going, most cinematic vloggers on YouTube, and he's pretty big. I mean, PewDiePie gave him the shout out. He was on YouTube Red. He's a great YouTuber, great filmmaker. He directed his own HBO series. This isn't an ad for Casey, although I have been inspired a lot by Casey Neistat's work and also by him as a genuine human being. And everyone knows that he quit vlogging because his company Beam got bought by CNN. And so now I suppose he works for CNN, or he just lives off his finances, does his own thing, he does work for them. And recently he uploaded a video. I thought the kind of USA based one on immigration was very good, it was very current. But then after that he uploaded a video called I'm Not a Sellout, basically. I'm not sure if that was the exact title, but he was talking about selling out. And I want to talk about selling out because I feel like Casey Neistat made this video and it was very defensive, which is strange because he's so successful, he's so popular, and I suppose everyone can feel slightly insecure or when they decide to kind of switch careers or switch, I don't know, something that they've been engaging with other people with, like when they're essentially like leaving their fans to do something else, and there's this demand like, where are you? I can understand why he would feel the need to explain himself. But I have to wonder, because this was a very short vlog, he didn't have any time lapses, which is unusual, he didn't have any co-segments. It was just him talking in front of the camera for 5-10 minutes, however long it took him to say, and there was a clip of Kanye. And Kanye is a very interesting guy for Casey to reference, because every time I think of Kanye, I think of him tweeting to Mark Zuckerberg for money, which is an interesting way to picture someone selling out, because, you know, that's all even though he's got money, all he wants is more, which is very interesting for me when I think about Kanye. And I understand the practicality of money and how useful it can be for projects, but I gotta wonder if Casey Neistat, if he's losing connection with his audience, if he's getting so, this is just all like fabricated in my mind, but if he's getting so disconnected with reality, and I mean there's your dreams and there's your reality, and we all like very influenced and inspired by Casey because he shows us his dreams and they're beautiful, and he makes reality into one beautiful dream of living in New York and snowboarding all over it and making crazy drones, and I think that's why we find him so incredible. But to know that his dream is not the reality that we were shown, I think is a bit disenchanting, because on one hand we have this kind of, well, again, it goes back to the idea of false positivity. It's like, oh, my life's perfect, my life's amazing. Well, he just shows us the highlights reel. And then to see the highlights reel all the time and then just suddenly to quit, it makes you wonder if there's something going on deeper in the surface. And that's what I think is going wrong with all these YouTubers that don't talk about problems that might be going on under the surface. Like, they just use the excuse of selling a company maybe, because I know that he could still make videos, he could still make vlogs, it doesn't matter if you're a company or not. I know time is so valuable, and that's why I'm taking the time to talk about this to you, because Casey's been such an inspiration, and I don't know why he quit vlogging, the real reason, if it was just because he's working on other things, or because he became disenchanted with the format of vlogging, or disenchanted with his audience. And I just want to reassure Casey, if he ever sees this, that his fans love him and everyone admires him. Everyone on YouTube admires Casey. It's easy to get caught up on the criticism and to not go on board with all the positivity, because criticism stands out. It's just something, if there's a backlash, there's an attack. Like, I think our primal instincts go off sometimes. And he's given YouTube so much. He is incredibly thankful, incredibly gracious, and that's the kind of person I want to be. And I just want to let Casey know that it's okay to quit vlogging if you need a break. And there's no need to be defensive. If you're quitting and you give a reason, it's not selling out. If you sell a company, I imagine he would also be making that video towards his employees, because obviously they don't work for Beam anymore. They don't have that thing that was gluing them together, and so I'm not sure how they would feel. I'm trying to think about that myself, and it's a lot of food for thought, I suppose. But I wish, instead of being defensive about it, he could be that gracious person that I know he is, because I feel like if he's being defensive or unsure or feels that need to explain his decisions, it's his life. You don't need to explain what you do to anyone, unless, I suppose, if it is such a controversial thing. But the thing is, it makes me wonder, because he made this video about selling out and not about quitting vlogging. Sure, he made videos about quitting vlogging, but I guess because, there is this growing disconnect, I think, between his fans who expect to see him eating $1 pizza and the reality of his life when he's able to afford 12 DSLRs and 1 million drones and lives in New York, and I know not many people can relate to that sort of lifestyle, and so we see that as the dream, and I think that's wonderful. But then he does lose touch with his audience in that sort of way, and I wonder if that is just one-sided, or if Casey feels like he can't relate to the ordinary hard-working man. I mean, he talks about being a dishwasher, but that was a long time ago now, and the lifestyle that he leads is very different, I imagine, to the one he led when he's a dishwasher. I know when we receive the things that we've worked so hard for, it's easy. I mean, people change, and even in my life, when things have changed a lot for me. I don't know Casey, he's a stranger to me, but because I've watched so many of his videos and he's inspired me with his quotes and his stories of other people and his kind of relatability, I can't help but apply it to my life. And imagine, just picture if all your goals and dreams, you're just instantly rich, what would you do? And because maybe before he had all that money, it was his job, and now he's quit his job. I don't know really how to see it. I'm interested to hear what you guys have to say, but Casey, we adore you, we adore your content. If you want to stop with the vlogs, that's fine. But we don't see you as a sellout, even though I'm sure that gaining that money has impacted the way you live your life. I never saw it as selling out, and I'm very surprised that he made that video, because people sell things all the time. It just means you've outgrown something, and if you've outgrown an app, that's fine. If you've outgrown a project you've been working on, a passion and interest, that happens all the time. People just need to let go of that sometimes, and I don't see it as selling out. I don't see him as a big wig or a fat cat. I know I could have seen him like that at one point, but the thing about it is that, he has such a large audience, and then being with the publicity is very easy. I know pop stars like Taylor Swift, she barely eats because she's got so many photos being taken of her all the time. She has to be constantly in the public eye. constantly being assessed and criticized. And I mean, if you just step back, then you can see even celebrities, what they do for individual people, because they're just people at the end of the day too, and Casey's just a normal person and he shouldn't have to defend himself. I feel like this is kind of like a leave Britney alone sort of video, but I mean, that's what it is. I mean, I'm not trying to say, I mean, there's trolls are gonna troll, haters gonna hate. You can't really stop people from that, but I would, if we could get Casey to stop feeling self-conscious or insecure about his position, I think that would be great, because I know he's a very smart man, and yeah, he's a very good man as well, and he deserves that. So I think that's about all my thoughts on the topic of this. I hope you like my exact same Wayfarer Ray-Bans that don't have the carved edges at all. It's funny that we talk about money now, because if I cut these up and I messed it up, I wouldn't be able to afford a new pair, and that's the only reason I haven't destroyed them. Also because I nearly wore these to work, but I couldn't because it's not very work appropriate, but I wear these on such an everyday basis. If they were really messed up, it would make me look seriously trashy, I think. I mean, it's one thing to combine slick, messed up glasses with $1 million suit or like expensive clothing, but combined with my jeans and my 10-year-old jackets, I'm not sure. Like even this, I got this from a thrift shop. I believe the cut's terrible around my knees, but it is very comfortable, it's very stretchy. I've been thinking, I don't want to go into my personal life too much in this video. I was thinking I'll just tell you, if I went to a gay pride march, I could put these cut out bits up there, and then I could have a statement about freeing the nip. So yeah, that's just where this video went. But I hope you guys are having a good day. Like this video, tell me your thoughts on what you think about Casey quitting vlogging. I mean, I'm gonna be sad not seeing the vlogs all the time, and to see like such dissonant, because he's been asking so much, like he's been asking his audience, what do you want to see? And it's like, creators don't often do that. I mean, they say, oh, like give me suggestions for the next video, but the fact that he lived his life the way he wanted his audience to makes me wonder, like, if he's really engaged with how he feels like others want him to live and not how he wants to live, because at the end of the day, you've got to do what makes yourself happy, and if he's happy, I hope he is, because he made that video about being depressed. And I know I shouldn't worry about it too much, because I mean, he's just a stranger. He's got very few problems, but he's someone who inspired me and someone who's helped me grow as a person. So I know he made this video saying I'm not that happy, and yeah, if he's happy now, then power to him. And if he's not happy about quitting the vlog, like he's saying I miss vlogging, then just go back to it. There's no shame in just going back on your word. People do it all the time. Okay, so I think I have to cut that one there. See you later. Yeah?